So the wife and I got back home Tuesday on the 6th. About 7:30. We would have made it home about 5ish, but we stopped at my mom and dad's to chat with them, give them their gifts that we got them, you know. And also we would run into traffic at that time on our route home. So, but it gave us a chance to see my dad, who was in the hospital before we left for Sturgis. He had part of his leg amputated 2-3 weeks before we left or something like that. And he came home while we were in Sturgis. So it gave us a chance to see him, how he was doing managing nose itch. And, like that. It was good seeing my parents. They were on the way home anyway, so it made sense to stop. But got home and looked at the radar. It said rain Wednesday, so I knew I wasn't going to ride Wednesday. And told my wife that there's no way I was going to ride the bike before Saturday. We put about 1,700 miles on the bikes, and yeah, I didn't want to ride for a few days. I didn't even want to look at my bike for a few days. I remember in 21, let's see, I don't think I rode for about a week or 2 weeks after being out there. So, yeah. And then today, had to do a route check for a run that I'm doing at the end of October. Guess who was the only one there? Me. Yeah. So I rode my bike for about 10 minutes to get there, 10 minutes to get back. But it was nice to be back on the bike. But when I got to where I was going, I see all these bikes there. And they're starting to come in more and more and more. Like, who? This isn't the people I'm going to be meeting. Who are they? It's the first time I've ever saw combat vets in one area, and there were a lot of them. Usually I see one or two, maybe three, but this was like 15 to 20 of them.
Stop it.
Yeah, you guys got to have an opinion, huh? So, yeah, I saw a bunch of combat vets. Drove around with them for a couple of them for a little bit. Hopped on the bike and came home. Did some of the dishes because their dishwasher's on the fritz. So was our sup pump. So we got to get that figured out. So I'm running downstairs with the shop vac, sucking out the pit, hauling that water back upstairs and dumping it in our wash sink. So yeah, we're home. It took me a few days to post something, but yeah, we're home. We're safe. Jamin made it home before us, and Jamin and Kim made it home before us. Dark Soul and Donna got home. I want to say that was the day after us, something like that. Yeah, the day after us. And they got back to Pennsylvania safe. Donna is on her way home back to Canada now. So safe travels to Donna. Make sure she gets home safe. To Canada. It is what it is, right? But we were glad that we stayed in Mitchell and took our time getting home. One, we got to see more things. We got to do more things. I picked up a little stuffed jackalope, thanks to my wife for pointing that out, because $13 versus $300 for a jackalope mount. Yeah, I'll take the $13. It's the closest I'm going to come to a real jackalope mount for a little bit anyway. But no, we stayed in Mitchell, took our time, and we're glad because that night there were severe storms. Back here at home, really bad. And so when we talked to my mom on the 6th, she said a couple days prior in Millbrant, that's Minnesota, by the way, Millbrant, Minnesota, it's by the South Dakota border, a big tree got ripped up out of the ground. Guess that's a tornado, right? And they never found the trace of it. Not a trace. No splinter, nothing from this tree. It was gone. Hey, shut up with your opinions.
Come here.
Dogs. Gotta love them, right? So yeah. It was a decision that we made well beforehand, and we're glad we did it. So we're home. We're relaxing, dealing with stuff. It is what it is, right? So yeah, that was our trip. We had a great time out there. Probably not going to go back out there for a while. Probably for a few years or so. If we do, we're going to go in the off season. I've been to Sturgis 3 times. My wife has been there twice. It just doesn't hold the thing for me anymore. So it is what it is. So yeah, y'all be safe. Take care. Keep that rubber side down, because if it's up, that means you're down. Take care.